last aired episode, was there a scene where Dean and...
Watch it. Basically, the last thing that happens is Amara apparently is about to kill God and kills Lucifer, does whatever to him. We don't really know.
Okay, so the scene has not happened yet. Thank you. It's a big scene. And it'll explain a lot of what you're asking. However, so I think Dean is just really concerned about the outcome of what this is going to do to Cass, and if Cass is ever going to, recover or fall back into the fray, or whatever, be back on the team, or if this is a sacrifice that he's going to have to live with, because Dean wouldn't live with that lightly. Look, he likes his teammates, all right? And I think Sam is probably, and I believe this to be Jared's choice. He might argue differently, but I think that that it was more of a choice to be concerned with the bigger picture, and one of these, like, listen, we'll figure that out once we get this done. So, and it kind of gets figured out in the next episode. You guys should enjoy it. I don't want to promise anything, but thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Hi.
Hi, Jensen. Thank you for being here. And,
You're welcome. I love it.
So, we know that you've been going to a lot of conventions, and it's mostly.
Yeah, like 2, 3, 4. Team.
So it's mostly like we're asking questions and telling stories, and you're answering questions and listening to our stories. And I wonder if there are any questions you want to ask us fans about?
Yeah?
What are they?
Now?
Or later?
Later's good. Yeah, I have tons of questions for you guys. And I love talking to you. In fact, for me, personally, one of my favorite things, and I have a lot of favorite parts about coming to these things, which is why we do so many of them, is the back and forth between the fans, and really, I mean, I even use the term fan loosely, like this is a family, and so when I can sit in a room like at the meet and greets, and I know all of you can't be there, and you haven't, maybe a lot of you haven't gotten to experience that, but it's a small room around a table, and it's just a back and forth, and I can actually talk to you guys, and I can get feedback, and I can ask you questions, and granted, I'm fielding most of the questions. However, it's just there's an ebb and flow that happens not only there but also here, that really fuels us, and I've said that before. So the questions that I have for you, a lot of times arise when we're filming, and they're questions that I have to ask and then answer for you. Because it's like, gosh, what would they like right now? I think they'd probably like this. You're probably right. You've had too much apple juice. Again, right. However, I'm gonna go with that choice. I'm stalling. question for you. Where are you from?
I'm originally from China.
Living where?
I'm living in Scotland right now.
Scotland!
Yes.
Do we have any Scots in the audience? And that was Misha. You know, there is, I don't have a question, not right now. I'll think of one, I'll ask it tomorrow, how about that? But I will say that it's not a question, but more of a thank you. And that is, thank you for asking questions, thank you for being interested. I don't know why you're interested, or why you show up, but I'm so happy that you do, because it's amazing that what we have all created, and you're a part of that. And so, thanks for being a part of that.
Thank you.
I know I have so many questions for you guys. I don't know why I can't think of one.
Hello, Jensen.
Hi.
In your panel with Jared, he said he loves when you talk at the same time. Is there any specific or funny moment when that happened?
All of the time. I mean, you have to understand that there is no other human on this planet that I spend more time with than Jared Padalecki. It's true. So, the fact that we play brothers on TV is easy because we feel like brothers off camera. And all right, I gotta tell you a funny story. So, the talking at the same time happens because he and I have spent so much time together that we think a lot alike. When we see something, we think of a similar comment, and we say it out loud, a lot of times at the exact same time. Jared's quick-witted. I think you guys know that. I'll never tell him that. But the only reason I say that is to compliment myself. Because I too am quick-witted. Which is why we say stuff at the same time. See what I did there? I'm not done. She's so cute. So we say stuff a lot simultaneously on set. Just in between scenes and when something's happening, whatever, he and I will think of the exact same comment at the exact same time and deliver it simultaneously. And our camera operator, Brad Creaser, who some of you know, whenever that happens, he looks up and goes, I love when they talk at the same time. He's also the same one that whenever whenever Sam and Dean get into an argument on camera, they'll yell cut, which we've had some pretty heated arguments on camera. When they yell cut, Brad just goes, I hate it when they fight. So, aside from Brad, we have many others that have been with us for a long time, and are really invested in these characters and in this show. And what's really cool, and I said this years ago, and I can still say it today, which is even cooler. I see the guy who does the lighting, the guy who cleans the trash bins, the guy who does the grunt work and really the thankless jobs of production. And in my opinion, those are the the real unsung heroes. In fact, every Friday we have a $5 Friday. Don't tell the IRS this or Warner Brothers. We have a $5 Friday. Everybody pitches in $5. They put their name on a piece of paper, and at the end of the night, somebody draws a piece of paper. They won the lottery. They won the $5 Friday. And it could be a couple $100. It could be a couple of $1,000. Depends on how much people are, getting into it that day. And I will say that Jared and I, we may have missed a few Fridays, but usually we donate. We like to call it splashing the pot, and we'll drop in a 50 or $100, and we'll just write the production assistants. And it's so if they win, then they get the pot. So it's like those are really the thankless heroes. But what I was getting to is they're still reading the scripts. Like I'll look around and I'll see those guys reading the scripts. They don't have to do that. Like they're there collecting a paycheck. They don't need to do that, but they care about this show. And it goes all the way down to those guys, and that's cool to me. They care about the show, and so does the rest of the crew. And when I see the camera operators, sitting in between takes, reading scripts, and they care about this show. So know that it is in good hands, and people that work on the show respect the show and love what they do, and I think it shows, which is one of the reasons why I think you're standing here asking the question. What was the question?
About the fine story.
I was just kidding, I'm done. No, I'm You're sweet, and I like your shirt. Thank you. Hi.
So before I ask my question, I just want to say that my other Hungarian friends who couldn't come this year send their love to you and all of you.
Please send my love back.
Okay. So my question is, what was the funniest